Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have another laser engraver review for you, and what I have here is the longer Ray 5, and it's the 20 watt. Pretty excited about that. Laser engravers have come a long way since they first came out. The first laser review that I did, sorry, I gotta turn my furnace off. Okay, let's try that again. So the first laser that I did a review on was only 5 watts. And that's good for engraving, but not really great for cutting. And that's when 20 watts comes in. It can cut a wide variety of material in different thicknesses. So without further ado, let's open up this box and see how it's packaged, and let's put it together. So on top, it looks like we have a manual for it. Don't really need that. Real men don't look at manuals. We can figure this out on our own. All right, so this looks like a power cord, and this is the AC to DC adapter. This looks like it is some timing belts, some screws. Oh, I like this. It's all labeled in steps. So step 1, there's no step 2, but I imagine that will make sense later. And we got, looks like some material to experiment with, some zip ties and Allen keys, a wrench, and a little brush, probably for helping to clean off your pieces or whatever you're cutting. So put that to the side. Oh, we got, what is this? I think this is a little USB thing. And some timing belts. Oh, we got the fancy safety glasses. We better put those on. There, it's important to protect the eyeballs. We have a USB cord connected to the computer. That's always important. And we have some cables. Screen here. We'll see how that is once we get her all hooked up. That's pretty nice. This looks like the part that the laser would mount to. It already comes with the timing belt already installed. And I'm happy to see that this part here is on there very securely. I've had other lasers that I've received that this part here was pretty loose and I'd have to tighten it later. Oh, we got some, this looks like these are the lag brackets. And look at this, 20 watt laser. That thing is honking. Like, I got big man hands, and like comparison, I mean, that's huge. Got some weight to it as well. Oh yeah, we got some arms here. And we got some silica gels for later. We'll maybe sprinkle that in our coffee or something. And that is it. That is all what came in the box. Let's figure out how to put this together now. All right, let's lay this thing out how I think it should go. Something like that. Okay, yeah. I was just doing drugs, sorry. So as it turns out, I do need to use this, this manual here. It's just a paperwork for assembly. This doesn't make me lesser of a man, but it's just complicated enough that I need to use this. So I am just gonna speed this video up so you don't have to watch me put this together. It does have a very detailed colored picture explanation of how it goes together. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be too bad. So I'm gonna get into it, and I'm gonna speed up the video so that I don't bore you guys to death with this. So as you can see, this is fully assembled now. It only took about 15 minutes and it wasn't overly difficult. Some of the screws were a little bit small and hard to put in with my fat fingers, but you know what? Once it's together, it's together. You never have to do it again, so I don't mind struggling a little bit. And I found that the paperwork that they sent with on how to assemble it wasn't very helpful. So on Longer's YouTube channel, I found a video on how to assemble this, and I kind of referenced back between the paperwork and the video, and that helped me get it together. Now, after I had it together, I plugged their little USB thing that they sent with into my laptop, and I discovered that they have the manuals on here, and they go into more depth than this. And they also have a chart for engraving and cutting different materials, what settings you should be using for speeds and power settings. So that was pretty cool. And I also noticed the assembly instructions on this were much clearer than what this here tells you. So let's bring the camera in, and I'm going to show you some of the pros and the cons. So the first thing I really like about this laser is this touch screen here that they have. And I'm just going to turn it on for you guys so you can see. And it comes up, says longer. So it's got a few settings in there. Here, let's zoom in and see. So zoomed in on the screen here, it's pretty simple. So right now it just tells you where your X, Y, and Z is at. And they're all at 0 because it's in the home position. So it has just 3 tabs here: Engrave, Control, and Tools, which is, I think, like their settings. And I am connected to Wi-Fi. It has Wi-Fi, so I have to look into that. But I'm assuming that I am able to send my files from my computer into this without having to hook up via USB. So that's something I might try at another date. Has controls, so you can move your laser around. To engrave, if you had an SD card in there, you can just select your file and then frame out where you're going to cut and hit go. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And it's very intuitive. It's not very clunky at all. It's very responsive to buttons and everything. So I really like that part of it. Another feature I like is this 20-watt laser. And 20 watts, it seems to be about the sweet spot with laser engraving. If you go anything higher, like they do make 40 watts now, but you don't get quite a nice engraving as you would with a 20 watt. And the 20 watt is also capable of cutting a wide variety of material. But on the other hand, a 40 watt would be better at that. It'd be a little bit quicker, but I like 20 watts. 20 watts seems to be just the sweet spot with laser engravers. And while we're talking about the laser engraver, it does come pre-plumbed with air assist nozzle. Now the air assist pump and hose, you have to buy separate. It does not come with this machine. Now I just have 2 cons with this laser engraver, and the first one is the cable management system on here. It's nice that they put the cables through this braided shielding, but it would be nice if it was in a drag chain where it would not get hung up. And then also this here would be nice to be in a drag chain as well, because I find as it goes over and comes back, it kind of gets hooked, but it's not too bad. I mean, that is something I can live with. It's not a huge gripe. So the other con that I really don't care too much for is the way that you have to focus this. And it's mainly because of these 2 thumb screws. You have to loosen them, and then you can raise and lower it. Now, it is fairly smooth. It does lock it nice and tight. But it'd been nice if they had like a turned screw in the top here that you can just spin to raise and lower it. I think that'd been a little bit nicer, but I mean, for the price point that this laser is in, I mean, I can live with that. Also, I forgot to mention, to focus this laser, they have this little foot that you can flip down, drop your laser onto your material that you're going to engrave, tighten up your thumb screws, and then put that back up, out of the way, and then you're good to go. So Longer was kind enough to send me the air assist pump with, and I gotta tell you, this is a really nice pump. It's quiet, and it's very powerful. Like, it blows a lot of air out through. And the way to adjust how much air comes through the nozzle, you can just use this knob here. Like, that's off, that's on, and then, yeah, you can adjust how much air pressure you want. So that's a really nice feature to have. And it also helps with having cleaner engravings and cleaner cuts. Longer was also kind enough to send me a honeycomb bed, and it also comes with a stainless, or I'm not sure it's stainless or not, but a steel sheet underneath so you don't burn your work surface. And this is kind of a must if you're doing any cutting, because it helps you with any flare back or any charring on the back of the piece that you're cutting through. And yeah, it just makes for a much better cutting experience. So if you've been looking to get into the laser engraving market, this is an excellent machine. It's at a reasonable price. And if you'd like to get one for yourselves, there'll be a link in the description. And in my next video, I'm going to put this machine through its paces. I'm going to see what it can all cut, different thicknesses of wood and stuff, and test out the engraving and all that stuff. So I'll be in the next video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And so yeah, that's it for this video. And like always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.